Hi guys, this is Nikki, Stranded Kiwi, and due to high demand, all 15 of you that voted, although you all did vote yes, so thank you very much for that vote of confidence. I wanted to do a video. First and foremost, this is not a demo. I'm not going to be demonstrating my spinning techniques on these wheels. This is about features of each one that I've learned that I love and that I don't love. Also, before we get too far into it, I sometimes, almost always, tend to accidentally say bad words. So if your kids are in the room, you might want to pop in your earbuds and listen, because I can't make any promises. So that being said, these are my electric wheels. This is the Spinolution Firefly Electric Eel Wheel 6.0, Electric Eel Wheel Nano 1.1. It's the newer one, so I think it's 1.1. And the Daughterless Sparrow. And what I'd like to do is start with the Firefly. Mainly because it's the one that I have been kind of interested in for the longest. I did not have any interest in electric spinning wheels. When I first started spinning, I thought it was cheating. I didn't realize why people would use an electric spinning wheel. I now know, among many reasons, one being injuries, the inability to sit and treadle on a traditional spinning wheel for hours on end. It can be tiresome. I actually had surgery just about 9 or 10 weeks ago, and it was difficult, to say the least. But beyond that physical inability, it is such a great way, in my personal opinion, and this is an opinion piece, and I have lots of opinions, so, but in my personal opinion, an electric wheel that goes on and off and stays at the same tension, the same speed, you really do have the ability to get a fairly consistent single. It also makes plying such a whiz, which plying is my least favorite thing to do ever since I started out on spindles. I just don't love it. But this has definitely made it much easier. And actually, these two wheels are the ones I primarily use to ply because they have the larger bobbins. I think they're both 8-ounce bobbins. So the reason I have my Echo is because, well, the reason I have it out is because this is a 4-ounce flyer. On my Firefly, I've got an 8-ounce flyer. Spinolution offers 4-ounce all the way up to 64 ounces, I believe. And on these two wheels, the flyer comes off and can go on here. They're totally interchangeable. So it's just, to me, genius, because I might not want to keep spinning on one wheel and may want to move my flyer head over to the other. You know what I mean? Or I might want to just do a little 4-ounce spin on this and not necessarily apply. And it's just cool. It's the only company that I know of that makes wheels that are have interchangeable flyer heads. So I think that's freaking awesome. But now down to what I love about this wheel. First off, I love wood. I love rich materials. This is made from Baltic birch, and it is beautiful. It's unfinished. It's clean. It's very sturdy. And when I first saw these, I wasn't sure about the pegs, but I really do love them. They're the easiest. This is by far one of the easiest. I have some Magic-Craft wheels that are super easy to use because of the Delta Flyer, but this spinning wheel has no orifice, and there's no need for an orifice hook. Thank you so much, Spinolution, for that. The bobbins attach magnetically. I don't know if I can do this with, one hand. So you literally just pop them off. The great thing about that, in my opinion, is when you are spinning, they're virtually silent because the bobbins don't clack around and don't they just don't make a lot of noise. So I'll just demo that. I might turn these on just so that you can see how quiet they are. And it also comes with a tattoo gun style power pedal. It is the only one I have that doesn't click on and click off. You have to continuously hold it, but I have realized that that's kind of a benefit because it's immediate. I don't have to, I don't have to reach out to touch something to turn the wheel off. It goes off and on based on my pressure. So that's the Spinolution Firefly spinning in motion. The only thing I can tell you that is different, and I've heard this about the Hanson too, but I don't have one, so I can't attest to it. But my best friend does, and she said it's slow to stop. It doesn't stop on a dime. So don't, try not to get bunched up. Worst case scenario, you're pulling off 3 inches of fiber and reattaching and going on from there. But love that. Love the built-in battery. I plug it into charge hardly ever. And literally it's just a grab and go wheel. I take it from my studio to my living room over there and I spin, apply. When you want to ply, like they're just so easy. You literally just switch it to ply. Goes in the opposite direction. Too simple. Way too simple. The other thing is, and I'm not going to one-handed, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate this for you, but if you want to sit in a chair with this, it actually has a kickstand underneath that you prop up. And your spinning wheel is at an angle like that. So you can sit in a chair, on a bench, whatever, sit on your couch, and not have to sit at a table. I typically sit on the floor with it, but that's just me. Sometimes I'll put it on my coffee table in the living room and sit in front of it. But I can sit in a chair and spin on it like it's a regular spinning wheel. It's so versatile. There is a waiting period for these things. It's 8 to 10 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. That's how long it was when I ordered mine. I ordered one from a dealer that wasn't so reputable. And I found out the hard way that she was actually not selling the newer model. I don't even know what she was doing. I ended up canceling that and ordering from a different dealer who was honest upfront about how long it was going to take. She said it's probably going to be 8 to 10 weeks, if not longer, and it will be the newest one. And I place my orders directly with Spinolution so that my customers get the newest model and they know that it's not some old thing that's been sitting on my studio floor. And her name is Jill. She's with Sayori Santa Cruz, and she is just such a pleasure to deal with. I've gotten 3 Spinolution wheels from her, many supplies. I've gotten looms from her. I love her. Customer service is so important when you're dealing with, such expensive items. And I don't remember exactly what these wheels cost, but I am pretty sure that my Firefly with the 8-ounce bobbins and flyer head was right around $1,400. I could be wrong. But that being said, it is a very good wheel. And if you've got $1,400 and want a good electric spinning wheel that's really versatile, I would recommend it, especially if you have a desire to have a family of wheels that are interchangeable. I think it's great. So that's the Firefly. I hope I didn't miss anything. Built-in battery, quiet. It's a great wheel. The next wheel, another 8-ounce bobbin wheel. This is the Electric Eel Wheel 6.0, and as you can see, I've done some modifications to it. I gave it a little galaxy-looking orifice reducer. You can take this off and do big art yarn. And actually, that's the good thing about that. The hook on this is so large. I think a lot of spinners that use the Spinolution wheels do art yarn. I don't. I spin basically sport weight, and it's basically all all I'm capable of producing. So it works. It's so versatile. This is too. This was my first electric wheel. I ordered it, and then I was like, what am I doing? I need to try this one too. So I ordered the Nano right after it because of the price. But this is one of the best purchases I've made in the fiber, what do I want to say? Fiber tools collection that I've got going. It is such an amazing wheel for the money. Again, I don't have the prices in front of me, but I'm pretty sure this was $279. It came with 3 or 6 bobbins. I don't remember. I may have ordered extra bobbins. I think I have a lot. I may have ordered extra. And I think it comes with 6 bobbins, 2 of each color. So it also comes with, it's two-sized orifice hook. It's got a tension knob. It's got Z&S directional spinning and the speed dial. I've painted everything. I don't know. It was hard for me to see. I've got terrible eyes, so I painted them with a copper color nail polish. I painted my dial too. But this wheel is amazing. It comes with a like sewing machine style foot pedal, which is great. I actually use my hands to control it. And as you can see, it's quiet. That's my lead slapping around there, but it's a powerful little wheel. And if you're in the market for an electric spinning wheel and you just don't know if electric spinning wheels are your vibe, and you really don't want to spend $1,400, you don't have $1,400 to spend, I would recommend this to a beginner all the way up to a professional, just because it's so versatile. It's very lightweight. Don't know how much it weighs, don't remember, but it's very easy to carry around. I also have a Zuka bag. I should have brought that in here because it's a great little way to transport your smaller spinning wheels, your electric wheels, and their bobbins and their cords and batteries and stuff. That's the other thing I like about this. Let's turn it around. The base, the wheel screws onto a base and the battery fits inside. The battery is in there. I believe I got it at Maurice. I don't know Maurice. I've never spoken to him, never communicate with him, but I've watched a lot of his videos and I follow his recommendations, and he recommends batteries, and that is a battery. I think it's a Talent Cell. That is what I bought based on what he said, and I think it was 35 or 36 bucks on Amazon. It is very good. I don't want to be tethered to the wall with a cord. You can plug directly into the wall with this. I just don't want to. So the fact that the wheel attaches to the battery case and it's all one unit plus the pedal is really such a great feature. But so like I said, and the extra parts, you can get all of the extra parts, the drive bands, and they're all reasonably priced. So if you're looking for a wheel that you can do full on, really any kind of spinning, you're obviously not gonna get up into the rotations per minute that the Nautilus do, or that some of the other larger manufactured spinning wheels get to. But this is, you get so much bang for your buck on this one. So like I said, $279, I'm pretty sure it is. They're sold out until the spring, but so many people buy and sell these things that I guarantee you'll be able to you'll catch one either on Ravelry in the EEW group or on their Facebook group. There's lots of awesome people on there that have lots of information and tips and tricks and wheels for sale. So recommend this one all day long. And this is one I will probably never let go of just because it is so versatile. So that's the 6.0 electric eel wheel. And then I call this her little sister because she's so little. This is the Nano. If you know me, you know that this is one of my favorite wheels to spin on. because I spin on spindles a lot. I actually used to spin on them a lot more, but since I started weaving, I need yarn like never before. So I am spinning on wheels just for time's sake. And I can't seem to spin bats on wheels very well. That's my spindle fiber, but this little girl does bats beautifully and a little thicker than I tend to go on my spindles. So for, I think, 110 or somewhere around there, this spinning wheel is also such a great value. It's not going to be your all-purpose wheel unless you spin in very small increments. If you just need 140 yards of yarn here and there, if you just want to spin to spin, if you just want, you know, some fun, I wouldn't even say art yarn. You can't, I can't do art yarn, period, but I've not seen many people doing art yarn on this wheel. Because the bobbins will hold about, oh gosh, now I can't even remember how much fiber I spun on there. I feel like it's an ounce or two. It's not a heck of a lot, and again, it's going to depend on the fiber and how fine you spin it. But I tend to go for bats with this, and I never ply on it. So I've not actually even tried to ply on it because everything I've spun on this wheel, I've plied on the 6.0. It's a very fun little portable wheel. It's also very easy to modify. It is, the actual spinning wheel is original, but I ordered the flyer arms, the bobbins, the orifice reducer, painted a lot of it. The battery case is actually one that I think was meant for the 6.0. But I liked it when I got it, and so the battery kind of bangs around in there a little bit, but I don't really care. This is just my fun wheel, and Catherine of Craft Me Happy on Instagram does a blog and put out instructions on how to do these yarn guides, and I did them and I love them. Only thing is, she's a little loud, and when the bobbin gets going, it's kind of wobbly and makes a lot of noise, but that bobbin is also not original. It's one I had printed, and it's pretty clanky. So that's I think it was a lot quieter before I started doing all the modifications and, you know, hanging beads off. In order to do the tension so that you can set the tension, you put these little beads on there and you just change the where your beads are to lessen or increase the tension. It also has a little thing over here that holds that down. So there are people that have put little dials, like a knob and a tension cord like that on this, and you can do that. I haven't done it, and I haven't tried it that way. It probably would simplify things a lot. It also comes with its own little tiny orifice hook, and because I used to make jewelry, I decided that would be fun to do. So anyway, this was a fun little wheel. Probably not one I'll ever sell either. I don't think anybody would want to buy it because there's hardly anything original except for the wheel itself. But it is fun. And for 110 bucks, it's such a great value. I will also say I thought it was going to be kind of like a toy. It is a full-fledged spinning wheel, so don't be fooled by the size or the price. You probably can spin, ply, and use it for everything you're doing. It's just that for the amount of yarn I like to spin, I like to do at least 4 to 6 ounces every time I mean, otherwise it's just not enough yarn for what I'm doing, but you probably could. Especially if budget is an issue, just give it a try. You can always sell these. People buy them because they are also sold out until spring of 2022, and they're really good wheels. So also this switch did not come with it. I ordered this on Amazon. Somebody else had it, and I got the link to it. I thought it was really great. It's like a light switch that you switch on, you switch off. Otherwise, so that you're not having to dial the speed up and down, which you're going to have to find your your setting. You don't want to do that. I think on an electric wheel, the whole purpose is if this is the speed you're at to get the single that you're going for, you want to leave it there, so you have to switch it off, and off is in between Z and S. And I don't know about you, but when I'm spinning, it's just too small and too hard to find. So you got to get one of these. It's like $11 on Amazon. So, and all the parts that you would need to do any like repairs, including the motor, they're available on the Electric Eel Wheel website. I think it's dreamingrobots.com or something like that. So that is the Nano, and it's a sweet little wheel. I also, just to say, I ordered these wheels like a day or two apart. He shipped them right away. I've not had any experience with him whatsoever. Like I was talking about Jill. I've not had any issues with the wheels at all. They worked fine right out of the box. Even after I've modified things and had to make changes, I've not had to reach out to them at all. So I couldn't give you any idea as far as like what the company is like to deal with, but I have heard they're very informative. I know he's very transparent. He has his files so that if you have a 3D printer, you can print these parts. He's very transparent with all that stuff. He'll make recommendations about what batteries to use, what other parts to use. If you want to turn one of these wheels into a bobbin winder, he tells you what parts to order and where to order them from. I mean, he's all about, what my impression is, getting these spinners into, or these spinning wheels into the hands of spinners, regardless of, how much money you have or whatever. And I think he's been very successful at that because he's sold out. And not to say that there's not a supply chain issue, but if that tells you anything about the quality of these wheels, that they're in such high demand, I would say, listen to that because that's a true testament to what kind of product they're putting out. So, and my most recent purchase is the Daedalus Sparrow. I was waiting. Actually, I tried to get one in a shop update earlier in the fall this year. I think there was one in September, and I missed out. I didn't know what the process was. I wasn't following Daedalus on social media. I don't love shop updates. If you see my posts, I hate them. I don't like competing with other spinners to get something. And unfortunately, with these small production companies and small businesses and a lot of the Etsy storefronts, you have to deal with that. So it is the name of the game. And that being said, I didn't know what the game was. So I didn't realize they do shop update announcements on social media. So I was just literally stalking the website for weeks, waiting for early September to come, like the Sparrow page said. And early September came and there was no update. And then one night I was watching a show with my husband, and I had checked it early in the evening and didn't look at it again until the following morning. And there they were, and they were all sold out. And I was so disappointed. So I figured out how to get in the loop, and I follow them everywhere that I can. Ravelry, Facebook, Instagram. I've got Instagram set to notify me, when they post anything. So it's always like this mad dash, just in case they're actually posting about a shop update. And that day finally came. But right before the shop update this last couple of weeks, I saw one pop up on Facebook, and I think I was the first person to see it because I managed to snag it. And this is her. The seller was very sweet, and she packaged it perfectly. I'm assuming just the way they package it when they ship it from their facility at Daedalus. She had it fully dismantled so that nothing could break, and nothing did. And it comes just the wheel and 3 bobbins. You need this controller to use the wheel. and it comes with a cord. I should have brought the cord in here to show you. It's very short. So unless you want to be tethered 3 feet from the wall, or you want to get a pretty extension cord attached on there, you're definitely not going to spin anywhere other than home unless you have the battery. So I ordered the battery. I actually ordered it the night that I snagged this. It was a Wednesday. And I knew, because I know myself, and I'm going to want to spin in there or in my studio. And I only have 2 outlets in my studio, and one's blocked by my storage shelves with all my fiber and everything. So I literally have one usable outlet in my studio. So a 3-foot cord is not doable because it's behind the outlets behind my loom, my floor loom. So that being said, I knew I'd want a battery, and the seller was keeping hers because she sold this one to free up the money that she had used to buy the Magpie, which is a larger wheel that Nautilus sells. So she was keeping her battery to use for the Magpie that she had. So after we did our deal, our little transaction, I ordered this battery from Nautilus. And I think with shipping, it was $139. The wheel itself is $450, and that controller is $110. And being that I bought secondhand, which I will recommend every day, all day long, to any spinner who has an opportunity to buy a resale wheel, a D-stash, whatever you would like to call it, you usually get a better deal. So I did get my wheel and the controller was almost free. Like, it was much reduced. So I was very happy with that. That was on a Wednesday, and the shop update was on Saturday. So I kind of had it in my mind that they would ship my battery out when they shipped the Sparrows from the shop update, and that did not happen. So it took me a while to really settle down and spin on this wheel because the cord that they supply with it is short. Almost short enough that if I hadn't gotten the battery, I'm not sure that I wouldn't be destashing this wheel either, because it's just zero portability with a 3-foot cord. And actually, I say 3 feet, I'm eyeballing it, I haven't measured it, but it's very short. So I had ordered the battery with the light, and the Sparrows from the update, and just to say this, preempt this conversation with a disclosure that I am not bashing Nautilus. I'm letting you know so that you can be prepared. I wasn't. But I ordered the battery on a Wednesday night. Shop update was Saturday. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to ship my battery, and I'll get it around the same time that I'll get my wheel, because my seller was shipping my wheel as well. So about a week went by, and I noticed on Instagram and Facebook that people that got their wheels at the update on Saturday were getting their wheels. And my girlfriend got her shipping confirmation that her wheel was on its way and she would be getting it in a few days. And I didn't get a shipping confirmation. So when I reached out to Nautilus, I was informed that my battery would ship after the next shop update, which between my order being placed and that, at least 3 weeks would have gone by between getting the battery and placing my order. So that's fine. I understand that every seller works differently. There's nothing in their website, though, that lets you know that quote unquote small orders, I don't know when they're shipped, but they're not shipped right away. And in my case, 10 or so spinning wheels went to the UPS store and my battery didn't go. That's why I was a little confused as to why I would need to wait so long. But I was all up for getting a different battery, an alternative battery to use in the interim, because I can get most stuff on Amazon next day. So I asked. I actually have asked 5 times, because Nautilus has made it very clear that if you fry your controller or cause damage, I shouldn't use the word fry, if you cause damage with third-party parts, batteries and power cords, you are on your own. So I do not want to fry the controller, obviously. I don't want to have to deal with that, and I won't have to buy another one, and I want to be able to spin on the spinning wheel. So I'm not plugging this into any old battery. I have, 2 batteries with those wheels, and I'm just not willing to risk it. So I wanted to know if there's an alternative battery. And being the fact that this is a $139 battery, it's quite expensive when you're already spending $450 and $110, and you can't use your wheel without the controller. I thought, well, there's got to be something that other people are using. And someone did recommend a battery, and it was the same price, and it was going to take about a week to get there, and I just didn't want to spend another $120. So having asked the question so many times, I think if there was an alternate battery option for me to use, they just basically shipped my battery that day. And I didn't ask for that. But I don't think that they're very pleased with me. I didn't get the impression that I was doing anything but causing them strife, which I'm sorry for. But I also didn't ask them to do that. I asked for alternative options, and they definitely were not willing to give one. So all that being said, I got the battery, and I was confused as to why a light is needed. I still don't know why it is. It must not. I think that went off. So maybe that's why. Regardless of that, the light's awesome. I have attached my wheel to the battery with zip ties, black zip ties, just so that I can pick it up and carry it around. Because I'll tell you, with a wheel, the battery's heavy, a large battery and a controller, it is, it's not quite as portable as you would hope it is. So that helped a little bit. My husband actually did it. I'll give him proper credit. But back to this light. So the light plugs into the battery, I assume, to keep the controller powered up. I like it. I kind of wish that all my wheels had a light attached to them now. It's very cool. If you're going to order one of these things and you're going to order the battery that comes with the light, because they have it both ways. You can just get the battery, or you can get the battery with the light, and I think it's not much more, $15 maybe. I should have looked at the websites, because I'm quoting prices that I can't really remember, but whatever. This isn't really about that. This is about my opinion. And my opinion is I really like the light. Now that I've got the battery, I kind of feel like maybe my mood and vibe with the wheel changed a little bit, because it became easier for me to spin without having to. I could spin where I want to spin comfortably and not have to deal with that little power cord. So in all honesty, when I got this wheel with the power cord, I did not like it. I was cramped up in a corner by my couch, between my couch and the wall, spinning. It took me an hour to get any uptake. I was frustrated. And then, several days later, when I asked about the battery, I became more frustrated, and I put the wheel aside and wouldn't spin on it until the battery came. So that's because I was frustrated. But I'll admit when I'm wrong. And it is a very good spinning wheel. It's very quiet. Another thing that I like about this, that they need to do on the EEW. Catherine with Craft Me Happy designed this so that you can tie on your single end when you take a break from spinning, so it doesn't come undone. And they've done the same thing, and I really like it. So that is a fabulous little feature. I'm going to turn this on so you can kind of hear how quiet it is. I think I need to turn it on and off. And there is a learning curve, because when you're a spinner and you know how to set tension, that's always the biggest hurdle. But when you start something new, you start using something new, there's always a learning curve. Like right now, my controller isn't on. I had this happen before, and it ended up because I had unplugged the power from it. But right now, oh, I see. A little zip ties interfering. I'm going to set you guys down for 1 second. There we go. I moved the wheel and I unplugged the power cord. So you have to, there we go. I had it, when I started with this, I really like this because let's get into the technical stuff that's usually foreign to me, but in this case, it's so important. This little clicky thing controls, this is how you get your wheel to go and stop. And this is the percentage of power that you're using. I use it as my speed gauge, but you can use this controller to program how quickly your wheel starts to spin when you press the button and how quickly it stops spinning when you press the button. So I think I have it set at 4.5 seconds to start because I want to have time to I don't want it to yank the fiber out of my hand. I want it to start up nice and slow, but I have it set to stop in 1.5 seconds because when I need to stop, I want to stop. So, but if you like 5-second stops, you can program that. Or if you like it to start up right off the bat, you can program all of that. That is priceless. It's really, really priceless. It also comes with its own little orifice hook. And I will say, which the first thing I did was text my BFF, my best fiber friend, because she has a Starling. And I asked her if she struggles with the yarn guides. And if you can see that, that is a tight squeeze. That is a very tight squeeze. So it's not quite as bad when you're, getting your yarn into your orifice. But that's too small. That needs to be bigger. And between trying to get my tension set that first night and trying to fiddle around with this thing because I kept losing my yarn, it was like very frustrating. Setting the tension, for some reason when I first got it, it was so hard. The battery came, and I'm telling you, my whole mentality about this wheel's just completely changed because I was literally able to get my fiber going, get my tension set, and spin my first attempt. And I was really happy. I really thought I was gonna destash this wheel once the battery came. And I'm glad I gave it a fair spin. I've spun half of, this is my Nest fiber. I've spun half of my 4-ounce package on this bobbin. I'll spin the other half, and I'll probably ply on the Firefly. But okay, so that being said, Daughterless, I kind of think that when people order stuff, you need to let them know it's going to be several weeks before you ship it out, or you should just ship it out right away, because we're ordering your stuff because we like it. And there's such a hype about it. There is so much hype around your spinning wheels that, yes, I love small businesses. I'm not going to speak for anyone else. I love small businesses. I love supporting them. I love sharing things that I love, and I will not bash anyone. You make a fabulous spinning wheel. But if you're going to sell batteries and other parts that make the spinning experience that much better, and you're going to limit the spinner to the battery that you sell, ship it out in a reasonable amount of time. I would appreciate that as a customer, and I think I'm not the only one. That yarn guide's too small. If there is a way to open it up as a hook, like that hook, or to just make it bigger, that would be awesome, because I don't like fiddling around with the yarn guides. I want to just get it through and spin. The tension, I think the tension is good, but for some reason my hook doesn't want to sit the way it is shown in videos. I can't get the tension set if this hook is up around coming off the top like it's supposed to. My tension won't work. So I'm not sure why that is, but it works this way, so I'm going with that. And that's about it. It's very quiet now that I've got it on, powered up. Let's turn it on so you can hear it. it is by far, I would say, probably the quietest. So yeah, and another thing, I mean, I don't know if this is a Nautilus thing or if this is just a spinner preference thing, but it would be so cool to have a compatible battery case that attaches to the wheel so that I don't have to use zip ties. And if it's something that I would have to purchase separately, I would be more than happy to do that, because it's all about, for me, it's all about portability. And the more parts there are that I have to lug around and make 2 trips, because I also have a cell phone I take everywhere with me, and I usually have a cup of coffee or a bottle of water. And anytime I move this, I'm making 2 trips. So that would be fabulous. Or if this thing could eventually, like you did with the Magpie, get built in to the wheel, even better. But I do like it. And in all honesty, I like it enough that I put myself on the list for a Starling last night. So very good wheels. So that is my take on my 4 electric spinning wheels. They're all very good. They are all, not without issue, but I think everybody spins so differently, and everybody has different needs and different priorities, and my priorities are going to be different from yours. My BFF, best fiber friend, we are complete opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to spinning and spinning tools. We don't like the same spindles for the most part. We we don't necessarily like the same wheels, and we typically purchase what the other purchases, and I'm gonna say that, like, most of the time it's an opposite reaction and experience for each of us when we get them. So that being said, I'm not an art yarn spinner, and I'm not a lace spinner. I spin sport weight and DK 99% of the time, and I am playing with trying to spin bulkier. I've only been able to do it on the Nano, and I think that's because I spin very slow speeds on there. So this is all my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But one thing I did talk about it. I think I calculated the price, and now I don't remember. I'm pretty sure $450, $139, $110. If you calculate shipping and taxes, it's probably close to $750. And I'm just gonna say $750 is a lot, $1,400 is a lot, $279 is doable. And if you have the ability to only buy one electric spinning wheel or one spinning wheel at all, budget's an issue, but you want high quality, in my opinion, this is probably the best bang for the buck, because it's the real deal, and it's under $300, which is crazy. Find one used if you have to. I don't know if they're making changes to the ones that they're planning on releasing this spring, or if it's just a supply chain issue, and that's why they're so far out. But it's worth the wait. If you have to wait, it's only a couple months. So that's that. If I missed anything, or if I probably did forget some stuff, you can always ask me. I love talking about spinning wheels and spinning, and I did good. I don't think I said any bad words, so yay. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I offered you something valuable to use in your spinning wheel purchases. And I hope that someone from Nautilus sees this so that they can, they can listen, because of all these spinning wheels, I don't think any of them are as hyped up as these. So the customer experience is very important with all that. That being said, though, love your wheels. So thank you guys. Talk to you soon.